strategy, tactic, like everything with Jeandra. He's a huge guy. And one situation was a German, I call him, just I want to meet with you, sir. Yes. And I feel him, I feeling, like he's true guy. He's not fake, he's not liar. True guy.
How were you able to kind of see that just video clips? Or was it when you talked on the phone?
Maybe you understand. We're going to eat breakfast. Only breakfast. Not dinner, not lunch. Only breakfast.
To follow up on what Don said, I remember when I met you in 2011, 2012 up in Big Bear Lake.
Yeah.
Did you think any time that you were going to fight Canelo later on in your career, 5, 6, 7 years later?
Yeah, because we're 2 or 3 training camps together. He's same weight like me. I stayed 160, he stayed 154. He feels coming to 160. He said, "Hey, G, just we're friendly, because he's young, like different time." He said, like, maybe next couple of years I go 160. I said, okay, I see 160. Welcome to my middleweight division.
Overwhelming majority of people thought you won the first fight, but it still wasn't like a decisive, overwhelming victory for you. Do you feel more pressure to have like that emphatic victory, especially just for your legacy in general?
Of course I will. Of course I will. I don't want decision fight. I'm working hard every day for not for decision fight. I like to punch.
Gennady, is this round 13 or round 1?
Give me money, I tell you. Nobody knows. I'm not God.
Gennady, have you watched the first fight? And if so, what were your thoughts looking back at the video?
Just one time. I'm not watch like a real fight. I watch, I listen to commentators, just saying this moment like I'm producing. Represent this fight. It's terrible for sport.
You've always been such a good body puncher. Do you wish you had worked the body a little bit more in that fight, and do you plan to work it more?
Thank you for the compliment. If he give me a chance, yeah, I'll work.
He didn't give you a chance. He didn't give you a
No, just first fight, not 100% for me.
If when this is over, you win or he wins, he comes over to your corner, or you win, would you go to his corner?
I don't know. I can't say yes or no right now, because every day different. Every day is different emotions.
Is there a window possibility of bringing that friendship back after, a few months after? Would you be willing?
Why not? Why not? Because if he's come back for real life, absolutely, absolutely. If he stay like a fake, this is impossible. Not for him, for me. Because I can't. This is life, I believe maybe not. Next couple of months, like a couple of years, we're going to like big convention, boxing convention. Together, Why not? Questions?
One more.
Wait. Now, you mentioned earlier that both you and Canelo were not 100% for the first fight. Why do you think that was? Do you think it was facing a fellow elite, or was it the nerves of a big pay-per-view?
First fight, like maybe a big point, he said too much before first fight. He will knock down me. He will just for post distance, like Mexican style, because I'm true Mexican guy and he's talked too much before. So I said, okay, just show me your Mexican style, show me your Mexican real, like genetics, blood. He moved too much, please, like little bit for me.
Canelo said he was the only real Mexican in there, but Abel's criticism has been that he didn't fight that way. So we'll see how he fights the second fight. They've made adjustments on their side, and we'll see if Canelo continues to be defensive with the rematch, or if he's going to go for the knockout like he's promising.
Do you want to talk a little about the appointing of the judges and the referee?
Yeah, the judges, the officials were appointed this week by the Nevada Athletic Commission. There's no issues from the Triple G side with the judges. Dave Moretti from Nevada, Steve Weisfeld, and Glenn Feldman. So they seem qualified, the judges, and the referee is Benji Esteves. There's no controversy from our side. The main thing with the officials where we want to make sure the focus is on the fight, the fighters in the ring, not on the officials outside the ring. Unfortunately, Kenny Bayless wasn't available. We thought he did a fine job the first time around. He wasn't available for the rematch, so they agreed to Golden Boy and the Triple G side. We're both fine with Benji Esteves, and the commission agreed to appoint him as referee.
You've been up at Big Bear Lake for both the first fight and the rematch, watching him train. Do you see more of a sense of determination on the part of Gennady, or what were your sort of analysis when you see him?
These fights with Canelo, with Triple G and Canelo, these are the biggest fights in the sport of boxing right now. We felt Gennady won the first fight, so we feel he won the first fight. If he does the same thing, he should win the second fight. But I see even a more determined Triple G. I think you saw with Bonas, nobody did to Bonas what he did. With all the things about short notice and 154 pounds, nobody, Charlo, Lara, nobody stopped Bonas in the second round like Gennady did. And I think Gennady took out a lot of frustration that he had with Canelo and that situation with Cinco de Mayo. He took it out on Bonas, and all the frustrations that were built up with the suspension and all the controversy. I think you'll see Gennady taking it September 15th.
Couple more questions, yeah.
For as big of a fight this is, it's clearly the biggest fight of the year in boxing. Do you feel it's a little odd that you guys haven't had a face-to-face interaction? I'm not sure how the rest of this day goes, but it seems set up so that the two fighters don't really have an interaction with each other and won't until fight week. It's kind of rare for a fight of this magnitude for that to happen. I'm wondering if that's played into any of this at all, or kind of the
promotion.
Yeah, Mark, just to be clear, that didn't come from the Triple G side. Gennady has no problem looking Canelo in the eyes.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just wondering how that's been being part of this fight. Like, it's kind of interesting. It's interesting.
Usually for a big pay-per-view fight like this, we'll do a world tour. Last time we were even in London promoting the fight. This time around, discussions with Golden Boy, they felt that we had announced this for May, pretty much being reset for September 15th with all the controversy. It makes it even bigger than the first fight. But again, to be clear, the decision wasn't from the Triple G side. Gennady has promoted fights all over the world, and he's one of the most open fighters in terms of access to his training camp. He was sitting down like this. He went to a big UFC event up in Las Vegas. So he's always up for promoting the fight. And again, he has no problem looking Canelo in the eyes, whether now or during fight week. And I think it was, the reading I got, it was the Canelo side. They just wanted to focus on the training and not go to the level.
Steve? Gennady, you've always said boxing is a sport, but this seems to be a little bit more personal. Have you ever wanted to fight as badly as the rematch?
Right now, yeah. Right now, I feel a little bit different. not only sport, not only business, yeah. Like, we doesn't have nothing, yeah. It's like special, you know. We want to bring, you know, my true ideas, like, you know, my true situation, you know, because his team, his promotion, you know, doesn't respect boxing people. You know, I saw this situation is terrible. Nothing this time.
Gennady, when you told Tom, I'm not taking 42.5%, and that fight kind of flatlined and died for about an hour, were you prepared to really, in your mind, go from tens of millions of dollars to a lot less? Was that okay with you?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah. Why not?
Well, tens of millions of
Well,
dollars.
no, yeah, I
So a lot
understand. Yeah, I
less.
understand I'm crazy. Yeah, I understand why I'm crazy. And like now, really, just I look at this situation. I know this is a very good deal for both, you know, for me and for him. And I know if he has like a real like big problem with I don't know, like, he doesn't have fight. I know this split is very real for us. No problem.
A lot of
Saying
people-
take time, just time.
A lot of people, Steve, lose focus that Triple G is a champion. He's the one defending his titles. He felt once the suspension happened with Canelo needs him in the ring to redeem himself. If Canelo fought somebody else, knocked out someone else, it wouldn't have the same effect as getting back in the ring with Triple G. That's why he held firm on the position, and he was right. You know, we had the fight done with Billy Joe Saunders. He told me, Tom, it doesn't matter to me. If you make the Canelo fight, if you make the fight with Billy Joe Saunders, that took the pressure off of me. He was interested just as much from a sporting perspective to fight an undefeated champion, add the WBO title to his collection. As I mean, there's no question that the fight with Canelo is a much bigger stage. It's a much bigger promotion. It's the fight that everyone's looking forward to this year. But for him, it didn't matter, Canelo or Saunders.
Tom, were you surprised as you called him from Russia? I believe at the World Cup at that
Yeah,
point.
he was in Moscow.
The World Cup. So as you said, Gennady got this great deal. They come up to 42.5%, and I'm assuming you thought, we're done. And when Gennady said, no, we're not done, were you surprised by that hardline stance your client took?
Let me just say, Gennady's a better poker player than I am.
Really, Steve. Just I tell Tom, just yes or no. That's it. It's not interesting for me, really, because for me, Canelo only this is them. This is not biggest name, biggest face, like you know, like per.
MGM, I called Tecate, the sponsors. He said, you know, we're going in the direction of Billy Joe Saunders. We couldn't make the fight. And an hour later, Eric Gomez called me up and said, okay, we got one more. He spoke to Oscar, got one more proposal for you. It was exactly what he was looking for with a little bit of a tweak, but I knew with that proposal, Gennady really wanted to fight. There's no question he wanted to fight. He just wanted it to be under fair circumstances. So once they came to that, then he accepted within 5 minutes. He said, okay, let's make it fight.
Tom, so when you called everyone saying that we're going to move on to Billy Joe Saunders, what was the reaction of the various people?
And everyone was disappointed. I was disappointed. You know, I wanted nothing more than to announce, okay, we're going to do the rematch with Canelo. But look, if Gennady didn't agree, then he held firm, and he knew also that you know what I was getting back with the split. Canelo is still getting the majority of the split, so Canelo is not losing money in this fight. In fact, this will most likely, besides the last fight, which was his biggest payday, this will be his biggest payday of his career. And you know, Gennady felt this is a fair split. It's a big fight for Gennady. It's a huge fight for Canelo, and there's a lot of effects of this fight. Triple G is going for a record of title defenses. Canelo, if he wins the titles that Gennady worked so hard to get, so both sides have a lot to win. It's very rare when you get two of the top fighters in the sport of boxing and also two of the most remarkable fighters in the sport of boxing. That's what really makes, I think, this event such a big event when they're fighting each other.
Guys, we're going to have to wrap it. He's got to do TV outside. He's want to get you to sign these.
Thank you.
This is a big media day here. It's the first time that both guys will be in the same venue on the same day, maybe not at the same exact time, but on the same day, so the fans get to see them back to back. And you know, leading up to fight week, it's going to be it's 3 weeks now, right before the fight, and It's going to be a tremendous promotion. It's a great undercard. We announced a lot of great fights together with Golden Boy on the undercard, and it's going to be a great week of fights in Vegas.
Did you get the sense that if the fight wasn't made for September, that would it have ever come together after this, just based on the
I think it would have. No, I think it would have if Triple G fought Saunders and if Canelo went in a different direction. I think both guys would have realized, okay, we need the other guy to make this much money. So unless someone else popped into the picture, you know, Canelo got lucky with the Cotto fight. I think he got lucky with the Chavez fight. Lucky in the sense of those opponents were available, big name opponents. But there really isn't another big name or a bigger name for him right now than Triple G. And the same thing with Triple G. There's no bigger name for Gennady than with Canelo. So I think if it didn't happen in September, it would have happened down the road, but we're all happy it happens in September.